I think I might have possibly picked the worst direction to walk and vlog, because the direction I'm going is right next to the dual carriageway, is it? So I feel like there's going to be loads of cars. Well, and I've also left the house without my watch on. So what's the point of going for a hot girl walk if I'm not even tracking the steps? Like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm already out of breath. It's just been like raining, but hot, and I don't understand. So I thought here would be a good place to stop, but I'm still not sure how busy it is with the cars. I think I'll maybe just sit here for a little bit. I wasn't like out last night, but I had a function. I had my cousin's engagement. I wasn't drunk or anything. Was home for 12, back at 12, and I woke up today like feeling really kind of like that groggy hungover way, and I was like, I don't know why, because I wasn't even like drunk. Yeah, okay, I had a venom, but I was sitting down all night. I had like you know when like sometimes you get more drunk with the vibes, you know what I mean? So I thought, no Mitchell, don't just sit in the house all day, go for a walk. And I'm just going to re-walk. Like, I've only come up to Soldier, just up the road from Mines. There's like a road behind my house, like just at the park. I think they started building it and then stopped. So I just kind of walked the first part of that and then up here, and then I'm going to go back down and walk along. But if I'm going to be chatting to you guys, then I don't know, I might go a wee bit further up this way. Found a wee spot on the rocks at the can you see it? At the Puri Castle, just at the gate. I used to run up here during lockdown. This was my route. Sorry, I'm roasting, I need to take my hat off. Oh, my Kuzlik makes me look... This is my route when I was running. We'd like come up that way, I said, at the back of the park, along up past Soldier. I'd go all the way around, and then it like takes me out kind of like near Duntroon, and then I would come back the road that's like behind Brayview, kind of past Middleton Woods, and then it's like right back to Fintry. That was my 5k that I did every day for like 3 months during lockdown. I did 2 runs this summer. I tried to get back into it. I went on 2, but yeah, I'm in like such a weird place just now. It's like I'm happy with my life, but I'm not happy with my life. Oh, it's so weird. I keep seeing like TikToks and posts that's like your 20s are such like a up down like time of your life, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally like not even 23 yet, and I'm already hating my 20s. No, I'm not hating my 20s, that's lies. I'm loving my 20s. Nothing is like definitive, you know, like nothing seems, what's the word, nothing seems permanent. It's like I want to go travelling, but then I don't want to leave my job, and then I love my job, but then I want to, it's just a very weird place. And then it's like meeting new people is like a really strange thing for me just now as well. I like had this I hate situationship. I hate that term to describe something that went on between two people, but like that, it wasn't a relationship. But to be fair, any interactions between two people is a form of relationship, but it wasn't a relationship, but it wasn't nothing. It just, I had something last summer, and I basically had something with somebody last summer, and it was never anything serious, but like it was one of them ones where you fall pretty hard pretty fast, and I don't know whether it was real or whether it was just what I had in my head for us. And then it ended pretty sudden, stopped, and then basically since last summer I've just it really quite threw me. And then there was like somebody else a few months later, and I just couldn't, no matter how much I liked the new person, I couldn't get into it because of how much the other one affected me. So then I just stopped looking, basically, pretty much until, actually, like, yeah, I don't know, yeah, I haven't looking, but like, there has been people since, obviously, the second one, where like they've kind of maybe potentially shown a bit of interest, but, and it's like I can't give it to it. But I think as well, I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm finding it harder to connect with new people, and it really stresses me out. And I don't know if it is partly to do with my autism, because I feel like when I'm with new people and when I go on dates and when I see people, it's like I physically don't know how to talk to them. And like anyone that knows me or is like my friend or anything, I can talk to them, but it's only because I know what I can talk to them about. So it's a wee bit shit. Although one good thing that's come out of feeling crap about yourself is that I booked a holiday for October, because if you can't face your problems, then you run away to them in the sun. Another thing that's quite like people go on about for their 20s is that like it's when you kind of find yourself and you kind of you kind of like rediscover who you are. And I feel like sometimes there's like a social pressure to do that, to have that rediscovery, to have that like find yourself. And it's quite hard. I know that a lot of people my age are going through it as well, but just to kind of add to that with my autism as well, it's like you spend so many years of your life masking for like each and every situation that you're in, that it's like you don't actually really know who you are because you were just pretending the whole time. So then it's like, how did I find who I am if who I was fake, so that I could fit in with everyone else, so that they would accept me? And there's so many layers to it as well, because I think being gay, you do the exact same thing. So there's so many more layers to this that I'm like, oh my god. And I feel like you see it a lot on social media as well, that people are like, when you're gay, you live your teens and your 20s because you don't have the same experiences as your straight friends, because either you're closeted and stuff like that, so you don't actually live your life until your 20s. So I'm like, if I'm living my teens now in my 20s, does that mean I'm not going to have this rediscovery and find myself into my 30s? Like, is my whole life going to be delayed because of these inconveniences that the world has thrust upon me? Like, oh, I think it's time that I listen to, so Emma Chamberlain, her podcast is great, but she did one last year that was about existential crises, and I fear that's what I'm having right now. And I feel like I have one about this time every year. I don't know what it is. It's like my mind goes into some sort of reset as like the summer comes to end and the winter comes to start, and I just question my whole existence, and it's really weird. It's really weird. Going back to work tomorrow as well, I'm like excited, but I'm not excited at the same time, because I feel like the reason my first week of my holidays I was so, exhausted, like I said in the video at the start of summer, is that I was like having a wee bit of a mini burnout. Oh my god, beasties keep landing on me. Had a wee bit of a burnout, is because I was like, my life was so full on, and I was like never giving myself a chance to like cope and process all the things that were going on in my life. And now, sorry, let me tie my jumper. And now I'm basically away to go back after having 6 weeks off, straight back to it, working, like band dancing, like everything's going back at the same time. These 6 weeks off are like a blessing and a curse, because you get into this like routine. It's like it's a whole more than a month off of doing nothing. Literally doing nothing. Yeah, okay, I think I worked at least one day every week because I was picking up shifts from my old work and the roof team and stuff, and I had dancing and that, but that was purely because I didn't, like, I would have been bored at my skull. Nobody else is off. Nobody else is still with me. Yeah, okay, I've seen a few of the, seen the girls from work a couple of times, but you can't just see people you work with all the time in summer. Do you know what I mean? We'd all be sick of each other. See each other enough as it is at work. Just thinking about what I just said, that about people and getting to know people, that actually I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, there is actually times when I'm even with my friends and I'm like with my family and stuff and like people, like my people, where I'm around them and it's like I actually, like I'm in my head and I will actively go mute. Like mute, I will not talk. And it's like it's a sensory overload thing. I'm like actually laughing at myself because I see it in the kids at work and I can recognise it in them. I can recognise what they're doing, what they're going through now is they're being selective mute because XYZ is going on right now. And I'm like, how can I not recognise that when I do it? Sometimes I'm sat here with my friends and I'm like, Mitchell, you're being so fucking rude, you're sat here, you're not listening, you're zoning out. Like, no, that's me, that's my brain being like, no, there's too much going on right now for you. I did not mean for this to get as deep as it did, but we're here. Oh, there's a car coming. That car has passed me twice. I'm way to die. Yeah, like I said, I hope this hasn't been a bit much for you all. Please don't be worried about me, I am 100% fine. It's just, it's stupid. No, it is actually stupid because I could stand here and talk to you like this and then post it on the internet, but it would probably take me 2 or 3 drinks to have this conversation with one of my friends. Which inherently it's a me problem. But I also feel like there's like a generational thing that we feel more comfortable talking to the internet where there isn't that, because there's a divide. You know, there's people there but they're not actually there. There's a wall between you and the people that are receiving your messages, so it's like it's easier to say them because you're not getting the initial like reaction like there and then. Any reaction you're getting is either a message back or a comment that you have time to think about an answer, whereas in person you're on the spot. You don't get to like create your answer. I'm sorry. This is not what I had planned for this to be, but it's what it has ended up being. So now I'm going to go put in my AirPods. I'm going to skip down the road to Taylor Swift Folklore. Bunny rabbits. Do we see them? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're so cute. Rebecca, come get Joe Grapes. There's more. There's more. Look at them all. So guys, any sadness I was just feeling has been cured by these bunnies. I'm not even kidding you. No, the bunnies have just cured my sadness. Look at them! There's so many. I used to play here and there was never bunnies. Like when I was little, we used to come out and play this little bit. There was never any bunnies. Maybe it's because we were all screaming. That's so cute. That's so cute. We also used to go run up this field to the castle and the fireman used to shoot us with frozen peas. And it's mad, right? So see these trees, they're like triple my height now, and when I was wee they must have been really small because at the age of like 8 I was taller than them. Like we were taller in the bushes, so that's a bit crazy. Oh, nostalgia. Nostalgia's for freaks. And this bit here where it's like all fenced, like so in the hill, there's like a wee hill on the trees and then there's like loads of like rocks. This was like when Hunger Games come up, so we used to come up here and play Hunger Games, and like this was District 12 because the fences. So that's, we used to like, there was a hole you could get in and we used to like pretend that was District 12 and we were in the Hunger Games. And this here, do you see, oh like it's a burnout car, exactly like, you know, a dystopian world just like the Hunger Games.